Hi guys. Tonight's gonna be a little bit different, so sorry if you don't really see my mouth moving. It's only because I had a tooth pulled yesterday, and I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, which you kind of can. Which I really need a different light in here. I acknowledge this, but this side of my face is swollen. So I had a tooth pulled on the bottom side yesterday, and I'm two different platforms, like always. So share, share. I've been in bed all day long. Been in bed. But tonight's show is a little bit different, like I said, and thanks, Jeremy. It's gonna be different because we're just gonna do a recap of tonight. Like I haven't had time to this week to get anything done. Between work and then yesterday, I had my dentist appointment, which got my teeth pulled, and then I had an MRI for my shoulder and stuff again because we think something's wrong in that area again. And then I had to drive all the way down to Indianapolis for my son for his burn unit doctor, which thankfully he has completely healed up and no scarring. Um, he has been released from the doctor, so that's a plus. Oh, excuse me. That is a very big plus. I was really worried because he did get burned pretty much on the right side of his face, right, Jaden?
Yeah.
He's behind me playing the game. The right side of his face, his right forearm, and then across his chest. But luckily, nothing had scarred, and we're just very fortunate about that. And so, yeah, but yeah, yesterday I had a tooth pulled, and it's on the bottom of my jaw, like on my jaw. So it's painful today. I couldn't even go to work. Like this morning when I woke up at I think it was 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. My whole side of my left face, like the whole side of my face, was like really swollen, and I was in severe pain. Couldn't barely get my mouth open to take my medicine, and I had to call off work because I couldn't talk. I couldn't even ask my daughter to scoot over because I could not physically talk. So, but I'm feeling much better now, even though it is still swollen, still a little bit of pain, but we have a show to do. But so tonight's going to be a recap of all the locations that I have done. Hi, thank you for joining. So, before we get into that, though, a couple of announcements. Next month, on the 9th, which is a Saturday, which, let me go here. Give me 1 second. 1 second, guys. I know I have it in here somewhere. It's in my saved. So next month on the 9th, I will be at the historic Hannah House down in Indianapolis. Hi, Kat. Thank you for joining, babe. With my baby, and I'm gonna say his name, Kat, so don't go all crazy on me. Peppy. As we all know, I do have for all the new followers and everybody watching, I do have a pet skunk, and he's pretty famous. He's gotten actually pretty famous within the last year that I've had him. And so he is like my little sidekick now when I go to my events and everything. So I'm super stoked about that. He's even on a couple of different flyers that I'm going to be, I will post on my personal page. And then obviously I posted on here on you guys, this platform. So, but, and then I think in September is the Fall Arts and Odyssey show down in Peru, Indiana at the Miami County Fairgrounds. If I'm, give me one second. Actually, I got them printed off. That's 4x6 is. So let me. Yeah, Saturday, September 20th, the Miami County Fairgrounds. And I don't know if you guys can see him very well because my webcam is not the best. But right, it's backwards, so backwards, right there. My little guy. My little guy. So yeah, the Fall Arts and Odyssey show, which is I'm super stoked and everything. So we have a lot of plans. So that one is in September, and then I know I have one in November. That's a 2-day one. And then I have 2 events back to back in October. I have not only am I doing the trick or treat vendor event down in Miami County Fairgrounds, I am also doing I'm doing Peer Unity, which is the weekend after. And so I'm super stoked about all of this. And he, again, my little guy is on the flyer for that one. So, and then I have one in December too. So we are going to be busy for the rest of the year. And I can't believe it. Like, he has grown to have so many different people love him, and it makes my heart full because I get to spend time with him on the weekends because he doesn't live with me full time. He lives with the ghost, as we all call him, my boyfriend. So whenever I can snatch him up, I do. So, yeah, but let's get into tonight's actual show. That's a little bit of an update, and like I said, I'll go over those updates again at the end of the show. So, all the locations that I have done. So, let's see. We have done Waverly Hills. We have done the Winchester Mansion. I'm writing these down as I go. The Hannah House. Longfellow. Wayside Inn. I'm trying to remember. I know I've done quite a few. That's trash. That's not trash. Oh, Phelps Mansion. The Joshua Ward House. Molly Brown. Oh, goodness. That is part of the list I know I've done. I can't remember, like, all the locations I've done. I know I haven't done a lot for Haunted Memoirs for Things Network. I've done a few. Oh, the Thornwood Castle. If anybody else can like remind me of the locations that I've done because I cannot remember. Hmm. I actually meant to start making a list, but I forgot and did not start making a list. What is going on with my necklace? It's all tangled up. It's fighting again. Joshua Ward, Mama Brown, Glenwood Castle. I've done the Cincinnati Music Hall. That was a request from on TT. Um, oh, the Whaley House. Oh gosh. The Whaley House on Fellows. The Jonathan Colruyt House, which is because Joshua Ward House was built under the Jonathan Colruyt House. That's why I remember that one. Um, I think that's it. I really think that's it, guys. That's the only thing I've done. Sorry, I'm thinking. I am like trying to like rack my brain of that one hurt, of what locations I've done. Dorn was it Dornhaven? Oh gosh. Yeah, Dornhaven Castle. No. Is it Dornhaven? I'm drawing a blank. I know there's another one other one. It's here in Indiana. I know that. Mm. Oh goodness. Uh, let's go. I think it is Dornhaven Manor. You know what? Give me 1 second. I am going to grab my binders. Ooh. Ooh. Forgot how heavy these things are together. Just step away. Ah! Oh my gosh, I'm like gonna lose stuff. Haunted, okay. I would know it if I seen it. So just give me 1 second. Like I said, my brain is not wanting to work. Oh, I've done Stone Mansion, the Winchester firm, the Winchester, Randolph, and then I've done the K County Jail Museum. Oh, the Crescent Hotel. The John Drish House. See, I love it when I just go through my binders and I remember things. Thornhaven Manor. I knew it was Thornhaven Manor. Elf's Castle. Corwin. Alright, so I got the list. Yay! So I think I'm gonna do next week. Let's do. I just seen it. Where did it go? Oh gosh. Brookdale Lodge. And then let's find another location. Oh goodness. We're gonna do the Brookdale Lodge and Lizzie Borden. Those are gonna be next week's. Got them down. And then I'm gonna print off a master list of all my locations so that way I have them and easy access to them all. Oh, I'm sorry, Cascade. Give me a second. Oh, Things are falling. So the binders that you just seen, those are my ones that I don't take to locations or to events. Those are my public ones, like not my public ones. Those ones are my personal ones, and I don't take those to different locations. Different events. I started 2 other binders that I am that I take to events with me and let people look at. Oh, that hurts. But we haven't even put a dent into the locations that I've done. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Next week will be 18, 19. There'll be 19 different locations that I have done out of 300. And I had to start the 3rd binder because I only have like 175 in the 2 binders that I have now. So I'm going to start another binder, which is okay, I guess. So, yeah. About half an hour going through binders and looking for locations and everything. So, the cutest little face, guys. Cutest little face. He is such a love bug. Such a love bug. So, yeah. But anyway, we are 8 spots away from being completely filled up for Pair Unity this year. I'm super excited. I cannot wait for this event. So, yeah. That's this week. I am super stoked. I cannot wait. I was just making myself a reminder that, hey, by the way, this is the 2 locations that you need to do this week coming up. So, yeah. I have a book on the Lizzie Borden House and Brookdale Lodge.
Can I have one of those?
I want one. Oh, I guess. So, I think, Kat, I'm going to have you, I'm going to commandeer you for something. Because I know you love reading, and I'm pretty sure you'll probably get through it in a week if you're willing. And I'm talking if she's watching. Kat, are you there? So I got a book on the Brookdale Lodge. And then also, I got my file folders. And then I got this massive thing, which it's huge. Like, huge. For the Lizzie Borden House. Like, I mean, it's got so much information in it about the location itself and the haunting of it, and like, let me find it again. I just seen it. Like pictures of the house, and then it's even got like things from Lizzie's testimony and everything. So I will keep these out, and I will put a note on them and say for next week's show. I don't know what that is, but that's okay. Next. Oh, oops, I wrote that in permanent marker, but oh well. Bam. Cat must have stepped out for a minute, but that's okay. So yes, and it's on not even been half an hour, but that's okay. I mean, hey, we can sit and chat and chill. And so I'm gonna say this here and everything. If you have signed up for Para Unity this year, minus our food vendors, please get your payments sent in as soon as possible. That is very much appreciated. It's indianaparunity@gmail.com, which is the PayPal information. If you need to have different accommodations for payment, please reach out to myself and or the Para Unity page, and somebody will get back with you on how you can pay. Still have 8 spots left for Para Unity. I'm really, really praying for a full house this year. So I'm super excited. I will be starting vendor announcements next month, right after the Hannah House event. So right around the 10th of August, I will start doing the vendor announcements for Para Unity. So yeah, if you have not gotten your logo to us, please send it to the email. Hi, Nick. And the logo, any and or links that you want added onto your vendor announcement, along with how many vendor badges that you will need and how many spots/tables you will need. So that kind of helps to get things running smoothly and everything. And I also did post a pre-layout of Para Unity this year for where everybody's going to be at. Now, that's not the final one. I just threw something together real fast so we can keep everything in order and try to make sure things go as smooth as possible. We are very limited on the spots that have the electricity, but we are willing to run extension cords from one of the outlets to your booth if you need it. Now, if you're in the main building and you're in the center and you need electricity, just random day of, please let us know so we can figure out how we can get you either on a spot that is closer to one, so we don't have to worry about trying to run an extension cord across the walkway. But I just lost my train of thought. So, yes. And if you have any questions or concerns about the spot that you are in and you would like to be moved from that spot, please let me know as soon as possible so I can get you switched around. I will be emailing a final layout to every one of our vendors. And then day of, we will have the layout posted at different areas, and then each and every one of the committee members will have a copy of the layout. So should be no problems finding your spot. And they will also be marked. I have something special planned for that. I'm super excited. That's going to take a little bit of time to get them all done. So I might do that like Friday, Thursday or Friday before. So, and then the vendor badges, I am going to have at least two for each booth. But if you have told me differently, do not worry. I will make sure that you get the correct number of badges that you need. So, I've been trying to get those done for a while now, like started. And every time I get them started, my cat, my fur ball, wherever she's at, uh, messes something up, and I have to restart every time. But luckily, the program has saved my work now, so I don't have to worry about that. Like restarting, I can just keep going forth with what I've been doing. Um, Again, next month on the 9th, I will be at the Hannah House in Indianapolis, Indiana, um, along with Mr. Peppy, my baby. So, and then in September, we'll be back at the Miami County Fairgrounds for the Fall Arts and Oddities show. And then in October, we have two shows that month, back to back. I have one weekend is the trick or treat put on by Lunar Vibes, and then the weekend after is Para Unity. So I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked about all of the events that we have. Mr. Pip, my baby, has become very, very popular over the last year that I've had him and been taking him to the Hannah. Like the very first event he ever did with me was at the Hannah House and down in Indianapolis. So I am very stoked for him to go back this year with me. And he was a big hit. And then over at when I did the very first event of the year I did was the Spring Arts and Oddities show or was it the summer? Spring or Summer's Arts and Oddities show put on by Lunar Vibes. He was there and he was a big hit there too. So he's become quite popular over both of my platforms and stuff. So again, I do have next week's show locations planned out. I have again the Lizzie Borden House and the Brookdale Lodge, and I'm super stoked. And then over here on TT, every time I go live, until the day, I will put. Sorry, guys, of the Book of Face. I will be putting this background here as my background. And then, of course, over here, Book of Face, guys, we all know and love the Hannah House, and I don't have to worry about putting it there and everything. And I will share out, like, everything, the my vendor announcement, which is Miss Olivia did, and she was awesome. I loved how she did my vendor announcement, and the picture right here on my background on TT, that's what my vendor announcement looked like. And so, yeah, I'm super, super stoked for everything. I cannot wait. It's been just amazing. I stepped out of my comfort zone to start doing more and more events. So, and I can't wait. I'm hoping to gradually bring up my following and stuff. I do know over here on TT, you guys have been amazing. I can now have subscribers, which is awesome. And everybody that's watching over here on TT, this is Haunted Memoirs. We're doing a little bit of different tonight. I did a recap of all the locations that I have done, which we will go back over at the end of the show, which is from 8:30 to 9:30 every Saturday night, not unless otherwise posted. Um, I do two different platforms. I do you guys, and then I do the Book of Face. So, and don't be afraid to be like, hey, do you have this location? Or because I've done over 300 different locations. So, because you never know. My following has grown, and I'm super excited about that. I just love sharing the history of these locations with everybody. And being able to talk about them at these events has made these events more worthwhile going. So, yeah. So, I'm super stoked about next week's show. Two of my favorite locations. They are on my top 10 list of going to. So, pretty much they're well known. And then the week after that, I think I'm going to do two different ones that are not well known. What in the world? Did my kids use all my tape and didn't tell me?
You didn't have any more tape.
Alright. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I was asking the chitlins why they used all my tape up and didn't say anything. So, because my sticky note fell. So, yeah. So, just a recap of all the locations that I have done. I have done the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I have done the Winchester Mansion, the Hannah House, Longfellow Wayside Inn, the Phelps Mansion, the Joshua Ward House, the Molly Brown House, Thornwood Castle, Cincinnati Music Hall, the Whaley House, the Jonathan Corwin House, Thornhaven Manor, Stone Mansion, Randolph County Infirmary, the K County Jail, which is the Kosciuszko County Jail Museum here in Mooresville, Indiana, the John Josh House, and then next week will be the Brookdale Lodge and the Lizzie Borden House. So yeah, I am super stoked about that. I got those written down now, and I will be keeping a list of the locations I do. And like I have always done, and I will do it the what is it? The week of where'd my calendar go? Where'd my calendar go? Oh, Jaden, you knocked over my stuff, dude.
That was Cassie. Thank you very much.
And whoever it was, I knocked it over. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta go grab my calendar. Wait, is it still over here? Do I still have it up here? No, it's another bag. I got it. I got it. There goes the webcam for. Okay. That wasn't meant to happen, I swear. I swear it wasn't. That's February. May, June, July, August. Because we are on August 19th. 1, 2, about 3 weeks away from the Hannah House. So on August 2nd, we'll do a recap of the Hannah House, since I'm going to be there the next week. Okay. And then, so and then the 26th, like I said, is the Brookdale. And then Lizzie Borden. And then, but I do have a Para Unity Committee meeting. That day too. So if that changes, I will let everybody know. So I do have a meeting that day with the committee members of Para Unity. So if anything changes, I will be for sure to let everybody know. I promise. I will let everybody know. Hey Jaden. So if anything changes, like I said, I will let everybody know if I have to change the date on when I do it. So I'm hoping I don't have to, but you never know. Because it's at 6 p.m. and I don't know how long it's going to take. Jeremy, do we have any, like, is it okay if I do a late show next week? I don't know if he's watching or not. So, yeah. My nose is so stuck up. And then I know also, like I said, tonight's show was just like a recap of everything and hang out. I got to go through my list of people and make sure I have them all down in my notebook. Okay. What is that? I have no idea. I got to go through my notebook that I had started for Para Unity and the vendors and make sure I get them all written down so that way I have them just in case anything ever happens. Because I'm a note taker. I love taking notes about things and stuff like that. I have like multiple different notebooks. Like I have this one. Then I have this. It came bent. This guy. that I have made like the list for locations and other things in. And then I have this one, which is gonna be my notebook for ideas and like names for my book that I'm writing. I have like 4 composition notebooks that's full of locations. I have another big which ignore the name because that's no longer, but it's got different notes in it, different things about like different stuff in general. So, which I think that can actually put away into the just put up on my shelf. Which seems that it can just be put away. One second, guys. I know people are going at a rate and stuff like that. I remember things. It's because I remember things, and then I'm like, okay, I need to do this, this, and this, and then just like goes in spaces. I space out. But these are the 3 main notebooks that I use. And then I have this guy, which has got the starts of locations. And then ideas for peer unity. So it was like my peer unity notebook, but I'm going to take it with me when I do my meeting. So, and then something that I started that I am absolutely in love with, and I cannot I started this a while ago, and I'm going to continue to keep building it. And it's been over the last few years. I have started a binder that has, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I know you guys can. That has business cards from every person I've ever talked to or went up to their booth at events. So, and it's going to get bigger next month and the week after and the week after and the week after, or not the week after, but the month after and stuff like that. And then when vendors have stickers as their business cards, I have literally just stuck them on the inside of my binder here, which is really hard to see because it's dark, but because the lighting in my room sucks terribly. There's only 2 lights, and they're on the wall, as you guys can see. And I also have the one over here locked because if not, it glares. Just like the one right there. Oh, right there. It does. And then it burns a flipping image into my screen. Ugh. Sorry guys, I'm taping this down so I don't lose it because it was a bigger one. But anyway, we only have about 10 minutes left. So, again, we are doing the Lizzie Borden House in Brookdale Logic next week. And I have done, like, next week will be 18 and 19. And I do have a committee meeting for Para Unity that night also. No, the Friday before. So, Saturday will be a good thing. I just remembered I messed up. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was the 26th. Maybe it was the 25th. I don't remember. I got it written down. I know that. Oh, thank you, David. I need one more to complete my goal. So, I'm thinking of next month, guys. My mind is, like, on the next month. Like, we only have a couple weeks left before Hannah House, the Paranormal Festival, and I'm trying to get things done and gathered up for that. I got to make sure my event totes are filled and have everything that I need in them, along with making sure that I'm going to print out blank forms for Para Unity and have them sitting out. And then I'm going to have flyers too. So, again, though, everybody, I'm going to end the show a little bit early tonight because my jaw is starting to really be sore from all the talking. Recap of everything. Next month, I am going to be at the Hannah House for the Paranormal Festival down in Indianapolis, Indiana, right off of Madison Avenue. And Peppy will be with me. My baby will be with me. Sorry, one of my mods on TT, we have a code word. And Peppy's the code word. And so when I say it, I make sure I say baby, my baby. And then in September, we will be at the Fall Arts and Oddities Show at the Miami County Fairgrounds. And then in October, the weekend before Para Unity, which Para Unity is October 25th, I think it's like the 18th or 19th. Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. So I got that flyer printed out too. October 18th, I will be at the Miami County Fairgrounds with Mr. Peppy, my baby, again. And then, of course, the weekend after that, the 25th of October, I will be back there at the Miami County Fairgrounds again with Mr. Peppy, my baby, for the Para Unity 7, the 7th annual Para Unity. I am the host for this year. We have only 8 spots left before we're completely full, and I cannot thank everybody from the bottom of my heart again for coming in and signing up. On that note, if you have signed up and you have not paid yet, please send your payments in as soon as possible to indianaparunity@gmail.com at PayPal. And if you cannot do PayPal, please reach out to myself and or the Para Unity page, and we can discuss other payment options. I have posted a pre-layout of Para Unity. So if you already signed up and you go there to the event page that I made for Para Unity, and I share it on my personal page and I'll share it on my historian page. If you see your name or your vendor name, because I didn't write down like the names, I wrote down the vendor names on the layout. If you see your vendor name in a spot and you would like to be switched to a different spot or to a different building, please let me know as soon as possible. And I will be emailing a final layout to all the vendors. And then, of course, day of, we will have a bigger picture of the layout so you know exactly where you're at. And then each individual committee member will have a copy of the layout as well. And the badges for Perry Unity are completely different than what you're going to get. So I will make sure I post a picture of what our vendor badges will look like. So that way you know ahead of time of like, okay, this person is a committee member, this person is who I need to go to for something. And if you can email the answers to these questions to indianaperryunity@gmail.com, that'd be awesome. How many vendor badges you will need day of the event. I plan on making this 2 for every vendor, but if we had previously talked and we figured something out and figured out how many you needed, you'll get the number that you told me or emailed me. Any logos and or links that you want to be put onto your vendor announcement. I am starting vendor announcements the weekend after the Hannah House, which is Hannah House is August 9th. Sorry about that, October. So that weekend after, I will be starting, or that Monday after. So 9, 10, 11. Like the 11th, I will be starting vendor announcements. And then how many spots and how many tables will you need for day of? So this will all make everything go a lot more smoothly for us and for you and everything. And then as time goes on, we will make sure to let everybody know of how we're going to do unloading, where they're going to park at, and stuff like that. So just keep your eye out on the event page, because the event page is where I will post mainly at for making sure everybody stayed up to date on everything. So, but yes, I'm going to get off here. Thank you guys for the awesome show again, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Love you guys. Bye.